Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am so tired of Erika Kirk. One of the worst things that came out of Charlie Cook's death is allowing his illiterate old-ass wife to get famous. I miss when I didn't even know who Erika Kirk was. But it will never go back to being that way, so we might as well be able to make fun of her. And y'all can attack me for that, but I do not care. No one celebrated Charlie Cook's death more than Erika herself, and it actually kind of made me feel bad for him. Imagine being with someone for like 7 years and having 2 children together, then you get shot and you're looking up above watching your wife wear leather pants and come out events WWE style. And let me just say it again, Charlie Cook had 2 children. 2 children who had just lost their father, and the mother left them to go on a fucking fest tour. Those children needed their mother the most at that moment, but they got neglected so that Erika Kirk could go be that independent girl boss that conservatives are so against. She should have been home comforting her daughters, and I would say the same thing had it been a man in that situation, because I seen a tweet that says something like, you guys wouldn't be attacking a man who continued to work after his wife died, and yes, people would be, especially if that husband had no reason to work because he was getting so many donations and support. But that's a little off topic from what I'm talking about today. Obviously, the reason I'm talking about Miss Rated E for Everyone, Erika Kirk, is because Druski released a skit that has conservatives angry, and I'm sure you've all seen it.
Get on your feet, boy!
This tweet has 170 million views. He had those people heated, and let me just say, he doesn't even mention Erika Kirk's name at all in these skits. He's simply a blonde woman wearing a white suit standing behind fireworks, and yeah, obviously that's Erika Kirk. But ain't that crazy that the description I just gave matches one of a grieving widow at her husband's funeral? That's who you're defending? Also, whoever does Druski's makeup is literally insane. Conservatives on Twitter did not take lightly to the skit at all, which is not very surprising to me because these people were trying to get you fired from your job if you had so much tweeted out a terrible quote from Charlie Cook after he was killed. Today I just want to go over a few tweets and explain why you guys are wrong about this situation and really stupid. These tweets about the skit are genuinely insane. Like, I thought the left was supposed to be the snowflakes, but man, conservatives cannot take a joke. Even Ted Cruz called it beneath contempt. Let me remind you, Ted Cruz stayed silent when the literal president was calling his wife ugly and shit. You really do pick your battles, I guess. These conservatives are talking about, I guess blackface is okay now. And are you guys fucking stupid? You guys have thought for a while now that blackface is okay, and it's laughed at in your little circle jerks and group chats. And Wokeness posted something on March 20th, a little over a week ago, where a woman put on blackface and claimed she identified as black. Wow, this is brilliant. This is the type of performance we need in politics. She's great, was some of the replies to the tweet. You guys are such hypocrites that it's not even funny. Like, it genuinely rage-based me how fucking hypocritical conservatives are. It's like they completely forget half the things that happen, or at least pretend to, so they can play dumb. There was that whole trend in November where ugly-ass conservative women were putting on blackface just so men in their comments would tell them how base they are, because they're so manly and methed out that that's the only way they get any attention. The conservatives in those comments had no issues with race comedy at the time. Now all of a sudden, things are off limits. Go to hell, actually. Another tweet says, somebody literally had to put on a fake costume in front of a really cool firework display in order to make a conservative woman look unattractive. Yet, there are 1 million videos out there and pictures of disgraceful, disgusting liberal women that most people wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And this goes back to my theory earlier about how men would call the worst-looking women ever attractive solely because they have conservative views. Erika Kirk is not pretty. Maybe 10 years ago. Not now. Most conservative women are not pretty. While you do have the select few pretty women who they will make the face of the movement to try and prove a point, Erika Kirk, definitely not one of them. Whereas on the opposite end of the spectrum, conservatives would take random, unconventionally attractive women with dyed hair and label them as how all liberal women look, and if they can't find any that look like that, they're just AI generated. Even in the big 2026, there is that stereotype about how liberals look, as if most conservative men are foaming out the mouth at the idea of their conservative dick changing the views of a liberal woman. Acting like the majority of conservative women are hot, skinny, and blonde is just a cope, because the reality is most of them are white trash crackheads with caked on makeup. That's why they push so hard to make Sydney Sweeney the face of conservative women, even though she's like actually never came out and stated she was this big conservative, even if there are signs. It's also why they kind of hijacked Elisa Leo as this conservative, all because she represented America. This lady is the most stereotypical liberal I've ever seen, and she has the views to match. But these people like don't care because men find her attractive, so they have to pretend she's a conservative who loves America. But I'm getting off topic. I could literally like talk for an hour about how easy it is to become a right-wing grifter as a woman because their men are so desperate. Let's get back to Druski and conservatives crashing out on Twitter though. Someone replied to Druski and said, tasteless, classless, and missing the funny element. This isn't comedy, it's publicly harassing a widow. For 6 years now, white people have made comments about George Floyd. There are so many images of white people mocking Trayvon Martin. Growing up, I've heard so many jokes where the punchline is just racism, like no funny aspect, nothing that even makes sense. Usually, the punchline is just a racial slur. I can't even count the number of times a conservative has said some dumb shit like, you just triggered over a joke, and it wasn't a joke because, like, jokes are supposed to be funny. They just accuse you of being a snowflake, and I'm not, like, reading all this tweet, but feel free to. I just have to laugh because he's trying to, like, reverse the roles, and he says, a prominent black leader. Did conservatives really see Charlie Cook as that before he got shot? Because he was literally a podcaster who debated college kids. Comparing him to someone like Hassan Piker would be more accurate than a prominent black leader. Also, this Clay Travis guy has a tweet about how you shouldn't cancel comedians for jokes, which is not surprising to me because conservatives love to scream about legalizing comedy and all this shit, but like that only applies when they want to be racist or transphobic. The second the joke is about them, it's suddenly not funny, and everyone should suddenly be getting canceled. And while this next tweet should be funny to me, this freak got Phil White in her bio like a loser. Up at 3 a.m. on Instagram, absolutely seething at Druski is so funny. I bet if she does not get invited to any holidays, they'll shoot you in the neck and make fun of your widow afterwards. I do not remember Druski personally shooting anyone in the neck, and is it really making fun of someone if it's a play-by-play of how Erika Kirk acted? Not to mention, this lady has mocked George Floyd multiple times, like most conservatives who suddenly think death is off limits. This is the last tweet I'm going to be talking about, but it says, if Druski can do it, why can't I? From my old series, Kennedy's Court. And I'm sorry, you could not pay me to unmute this video, but I want to focus solely on the caption. If Druski can do it, why can't I? As he's actively in blackface. That's actually so crazy. It's even crazier to use this moment to promote your show that was so shit it got canceled. This man does not actually care about Erika Kirk or whiteface. He's trying to make money, and you know what, good for him for being open about it, because this is literally all just a grift for most of these people I've mentioned today. Ever since Elon Musk has started paying people for engagement, these conservatives now try to say like the most diabolical out-of-pocket shit for money. And I know it's actually not most conservatives in real life. Many of them would be disgusted if they made a Twitter and seen that people calling themselves pro-white were like the head of the movement. But since they are the face of it, that's how people view all of them, even if it's mostly just MAGA morons who have to pay rent. The irony about like all this is that if conservatives had just ignored it, it would already be forgotten about. It definitely would not have the amount of views it has now. Druski is making bank off conservatives' outrage, and Elon Musk is the one paying him. This representation of Erika Kirk isn't a big deal. Erika Kirk forgave the man who had killed her husband. She's likely cried more over this mean skit making fun of her than she did at her husband's death. Erika Kirk is a vile, hateful person who does not even seem to care about Charlie Kirk, so I do not have much empathy to extend to her. I will not be taking morality lessons from a group of people who mocked the widow of Rene Good on the same day she was murdered. I will not be judged by people who make fun of deaths like Rob Reiner, all because he happened to dislike Donald Trump. No one celebrates death as much as the right, but they will try to tell you they only do that because of the reaction to Charlie Kirk. I remember being 12 years old and seeing conservatives mocking a 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, dressing as him for Halloween, and having meet and greets with George Zimmerman. They won't acknowledge that part though. And let me say, I'm not defending Erika Kirk in any way, but making fake tweets or spreading them isn't doing anything but proving to conservatives what they already think. Erika Kirk hasn't tweeted anything in over a week. I know this because I literally looked her up before filming this, so I knew what tweets were real. That is how easy it is to disprove fake tweets. She didn't rant to Elon Musk on Twitter about getting the video taken down. She didn't say that she would be racist if she did blackface. Reposting the tweet but putting, I don't know if she said this, but makes you look even less intelligent than just posting it in general. You're admitting that you're just spreading shit while being really too lazy to look. And I know most people doing this don't actually care about politics and just want viral tweets. But conservatives do not care. They see things like that and it just furthers the thoughts that liberals post bullshit. That is the end of my video and thank you for listening to me out. I hope you have a good rest of your day and feel free to like or even subscribe.